Hey everyone, I am Dylan, this is my cousin Carlo, and this is All You Can Board, and this is a channel update video because we have some pretty big updates to bring you. I think we did this last, around the summer, I can't remember when we did it.
It's been a while.
Been a while, but we do have some pretty exciting updates and announcements to bring you guys, so we wanted to do this and share them all with you. And also, we have some pretty cool milestones we're approaching, so we wanted to do a little bit of a look back as well. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about today, is sort of looking back on 2021. It's obviously a fresh new year. Everyone's made their New Year's resolutions and things like that. And 2021, obviously, in the world was a pretty challenging year, just like 2020. But for us with our channel, we had a really exciting time, with everything going on, I think, in our lives and in the world, having this All You Can Board channel to sort of, take our mind off of those things and to put our focus on. And it turned out to be a unbelievable year in terms of growth on our channel and talking to people in the comments. I think we're both speechless in many ways and blown away that we're approaching 10,000 subscribers on our channel, and that we've seen so much growth and we've seen so many people talking with us in the comments and just telling us their top lists and commenting on games and giving us feedback and giving us suggestions and of games we should play and topics we should cover. It's just been mind-blowing. I don't know about you, but every time, maybe you guys don't realize this, but we read and respond to most comments, and we read every single comment. And we have a private WhatsApp group with just the two of us, and we'll send screenshots all the times of look at this comment someone just said, oh my god, look at this, and it lifts our spirits, it lifts our days up. We have bad days like everyone else. I mean, you have a new baby at home. I'm sure there's tons of days where you're just like, oh my god,
exhausted. There's times I just slept an hour or whatever.
And there's been so many times where I've sent you a screenshot being like, look at this amazing comment we just got. So we do read them and we do share them, and they do mean a lot to us. So
I think we were both expecting when we got into this that as we would grow our channel, that we'd have more negative comments. I'm sure we both go watch other people on YouTube and you see negative comments, or you go on social media and you see oh, look at this person who's being a troll or whatever. And I think we both sometimes maybe expect that there's going to be more of that. And I think we're both just overwhelmed at how overly positive almost across the board. There's the odd person here and there who says something disrespectful along the way, but thank you so much to everyone who watches our videos, who leaves comments, who helps spread the word to anyone else. It's all very much appreciated.
As a little funny thing, me and Carlo earlier in the year, when we noticed our channel was growing, we jokingly said, I sent a message to Carlo saying, I think we finally made it on YouTube when we got our first like or dislike troll. And by that I mean that we would post a video and we had been up for a minute or 2 minutes and there'd be a dislike on the video, but it was always for a while, not that, it's different per video, but there was always one coming in immediately on every video.
Down immediately,
and I was that's when you've made it. That's when you know that in some way you're successful, is that someone must be subscribed too, because
that's what I was going to say.
That the video is going
right
up,
after the video goes up, they're seeing it and getting in there right away. So.
And and hey, obviously, I know that recently YouTube turned off that you can see dislike server, and I wish that they were still up. I think that they should be up, but and everyone can voice their opinions. But it is it's a big milestone for us. So if you're out there, thank you for helping us realize that our channel is growing, that we have finally acquired a dislike troll. I love it.
I still wonder if it's the person who gave me a hard time about having a YouTube channel and yet thinking that Carcassonne was the best two-player game or something like that. They're your favorite game with two players is Carcassonne and you have a YouTube channel? What a joke. I was like, all right, I guess.
Everyone has different opinions. But that's the greatest thing. That's the great thing about the hobby. There's not a whole lot. I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about 2020. I just honestly wanted to say thank you like you did. It's been an unbelievable ride, and it's still going, and it really, truly means a lot to us. We both, at some different times in 2021, have dealt with some tough things on different levels, obviously with the pandemic, but also in our personal lives in different ways. And in many ways, this has been something we can turn to when we're feeling that way, and something we can read these positive comments and change our moods and our days around. So honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I'm sure from yours as well, thank you so much for all the support that you guys continue to give us. We love what we do with creating this content, and we want to keep doing it. And it's just so great to see all the support and that you guys love our content as much as we love making it. So that is it for the sort of the intro here. Let's get into some of the big announcements. So we have three big ones that I think we want to highlight. And if you saw the thumbnail and the title, I'm sure I don't even know what they are when we're filming this, but I'm sure you have some hint of what they are. Already know what they are. But the first one we want to talk about is merchandise. So we've had a few different comments from people over the last year even asking, when they've seen different things on camera, like, and even just out of curiosity wanting to buy, mugs and shirts and things like that. So we're happy to say we do finally have merchandise. You can find the link in the description. I think also when we do hit 10,000 subscribers, you'll actually be able to see the items below some of our videos, so you'll be able to access it more easily. For now, it will be in our bio, so there is merchandise for sale. There's a selection of different items in there, like some shirts and sweaters and a mug and things like that. The things that are on there now just feature our All You Can Board logo. Over time, I think we'd love to locally work with a graphic designer here and get some like merch specific designs that we think would look great on a mug or a shirt or whatever that is, incorporates our logo, but isn't just our logo. But for now, those options are on there. There's some pretty cool ones, lots of color options, lots of cool stuff that I think you guys will love. So again, not obligated by any means to go out there and buy our merchandise.
No pressure, but
yeah, this is just for people who have been asking or are interested. The options are there. Feel free to also give us feedback. What kind of items would you love to see? Is there a color you're not seeing? We're limited by what is offered by the site that we're using, but if there's things you want to see that aren't offered, let us know. If you have any ideas whatsoever, we're new to this. This is our first time offering merchandise for something we've worked on. So let us know, and we would be happy to amend over time. And their offerings will change for sure. This is what we're putting out there to start. If we have like I think over time we'd love to do a set of like mugs or shirts with one that says Team Feast and one that says Team Agricola, because people are on different sides of the equation on which one's the better game, even though there's a right side and a wrong side, obviously. And we both know what that is.
Some people do or don't know which one is which, but in time, we will get there.
So over time, we might want to offer some funny things like that too. But merchandise is available. Thank you to anyone who buys any of our stuff and wears it. And if you do, send us photos.
I was going to say, tag us on social media or whatever.
We'd love to see it, and we'd love to share it on our channels as well. I mean, it blows us away that people will be wearing our logo in any way. When we gave away in the past, I think we gave away a hat or whatever, and someone sent us a photo of them wearing it. Blows us away that people around the world will be wearing our stuff. So thank you for wanting merchandise. It is available, and let us know what you think of it as you start to order it.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add there? Are you good?
No, that's pretty much it for merch, I think. Yeah.
Maybe I'll let you kick off with number 2 here, the other big one we got.
All right. So the next one up here is that we have started, or as of the day of this video launching, we are launching our own Discord channel. So we will have a link to the Discord in the description of this video below. We'll also start having links to it in all of our videos. But basically, for those who might not know, Discord is basically a chat community where you can do text as well as like voice chat. So it's pretty useful. A lot of people use it in like the video game world or whatever. If you're playing online games with people, you can be chatting with them. But at the same time, Discord is going to be a place where we can, like Dylan mentioned, how thoughtful or how thankful we've been about all of the comments that people leave on YouTube. And YouTube is great in that sense, like for having people be able to comment on your videos, but it is a bit limited in terms of carrying on further discussions or being on a specific topic. So we thought Discord would be the ideal place to kind of start to like grow a bit more of a community where a lot of you, we notice and recognize your names in the comments. We've seen you commenting for a few months or maybe over a year or two or whatever, and we want to be able to kind of like take that to the next level of like building our own community, taking these discussions, a little deeper, and just having our own little more centralized hub where we can all kind of grow as a community and talk games together. So
get to know each other a little bit better, more than just in the comments section of YouTube kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's not just for us. Like sometimes there's going to be times where we don't pop up in the Discord for a day or so, but other people are kind of getting to know each other and playing games together. So we're going to have rooms where you can go, say hey, I'm looking to play this game on Board Game Arena. Who wants to join in? And you can find people to join you. You can ask for advice. Like, hey, there's this game on Kickstarter right now. What do you guys think of it? People can chime in. So it's just going to be a good community for like basically the way any board game community online would be, but this one's going to be kind of for our specific tied to our channel kind of thing.
Yeah, and there'll be some off-topic things in there as well. There'll be a section for you to talk about some of the MCU Marvel movies with me because I'm a huge fan, obviously. There'll be a section for that. There'll be a section to talk about books and films as well. So if you want to talk with us specifically about things or other people in the community, there'll be a place to do that. And obviously, with Discord, we've used Discord in the past, but we've definitely never ran a Discord channel.
No.
And so there's going to be some, learning for us to do and some growing here to understand how to. We think we're pretty happy with what we've set up here. But if you have any suggestions or thoughts or feedback, there will be a feedback section in there for you to let us know, like, oh, this channel could be this, or what about a channel for this? We won't incorporate necessarily everything, but we are definitely wanting to hear all the feedback to know that we're providing the best Discord community that we can for you guys, that feels safe, inclusive, and has a lot of options for you guys to talk with each other and play games and stuff like that. So please don't hesitate to send us any feedback. We're all ears in terms of that to make a better environment. And obviously we're going to be moderating it and watching it pretty closely. We don't want any sort of bullying or harassing or any sort of negative talk. Like, people don't have to agree about everything, and obviously it's better that there is a variety and diversity in opinions, but we just want everyone to treat each other with respect and empathy and kindness and everything, because me and Carlo don't agree on Agricola and Feast Road, and yet we can have really friendly even debates on games like that. And I think that's the healthiest thing about this community and this hobby, is that we can like different games, and yet we can still come to the same table together where everyone's welcome and enjoy these games. So that is the Discord announcement. Again, it is going to be a bit of a transition for us. It is a lot of work to obviously engage with Discord, work that we enjoy doing. It's not like, oh, we have to go and respond to Discord comments. We want to do this. We're gonna have it on our phones. We're gonna be commenting on there and talking with people as much as we can.
Yeah, we're not just creating it and abandoning it and letting other people police it. We have to be in there making sure that we keep it a safe space, like you mentioned, right? So
we're gonna be in there as much as we possibly can. If we don't respond right away, just know that we will get to it. We're gonna do our best as we learn to sort of be involved with this. In case you're wondering, it is public, it is free. There's no you don't have to pay anything to get into the Discord. You just have to follow the link, and you can be in there as much or as little as you want. And there'll be tons of different ways to communicate with us. It'll be an easy way to get access directly to us. If you have a specific question, you can tag us in there, and we can answer, even if it's not about board games. We want to foster more of an AYCB community than is possible in just the YouTube comment section, because again, that is YouTube owns that comment section, and we can moderate it to an extent, but it is limited. Where now in Discord we can say we want to talk about this specific thing here, this specific thing here, and we have control over making sure that it's safe.
And rather than those comments being tied to a specific video where we don't know, are people actually going to go back to that video and look in the comment section again? Probably not. So Discord just makes a lot more sense. So if any of it, if you haven't used Discord before, if you have any questions at all about it, you think, oh, the barrier entry, I don't know anything about that, leave us a comment below, send us an email, allyoucanboard@gmail.com. We'll help you get set up. And the other thing is, once you've joined the Discord, if you ever see anything in there that bothers you, you think someone has crossed the line, something that we should have moderated that we didn't, something inappropriate, anything at all, please don't hesitate to reach out and let us know, because we don't want this kind of stuff to just go untreated and basically fester and eat away at our community and make things bad over time. So just let us know any questions you have or any issues with the Discord once it's up.
Yeah, exactly. So that is Discord. That's pretty exciting. We're really excited about that. And the last big one is, and this is a really big one for us, we've been thinking about this or working on this for a bit now, and that is that we are going to be launching today our Patreon as well. So Patreon, for those who don't know, is a way to support people that are creating, whether it be content or products in different ways. That's different than you would see on a crowdfunding like Kickstarter or GameFound and things like that, where it is basically you can subscribe to our Patreon, and there'll be different tiers you can subscribe to. Different tiers will offer different perks as they go along, and each one will have a different monetary value that it costs to be at that tier. That cost monthly, exactly. That cost is monthly. You can be a subscribed for as many months or as few months as you want, and you'll get different perks at different tiers. So we have set up our Patreon. It is available. We're going to go over some of the things that we're offering in each of the tier levels, so you guys can get a better idea of what we're going to be doing with some of these things. We do just want to preface all of this with saying that we're offering this as a way to, if you would like, we've had people even ask, is there a way to, to give you guys a donation, or how can we support you? This is an option if you would like to support us financially in some way and get access to some extra perks. Yeah. Nothing about the current channel is going to change in any way if you choose that you don't want to give us any sort of financial contribution. We're not doing this because we expect you to. So if you don't, nothing is going to change. You're not going to get videos later. You're not going to get less content. You're not going to get us with less of our personalities or anything. Everything's the exact same. This is just extra stuff if you would like to. So there's no pressure, no, you don't have to do this, and we will not think any differently of anyone who chooses not to. Believe me, we do this because we love it and we want to give you guys lots of content. This is just a way to sort of give you guys some extra stuff, and also, as we'll get to after, there's going to be some specific things that as we get Patreon contributions coming in, that's going to allow us to potentially do with the channel, because all this will go back into the channel 100%.
Yeah,
so.
I have to just say a quick thank you, sort of special thanks to some of the people over the past months, year, whatever, who have asked about Patreon, because I think for a long time when we first started our channel, we never even thought we would do it. And I think even when the first person or the first couple people asked about Patreon, we felt weird about it. We're like, are we at a spot where we feel even comfortable launching something where we accept, but the more people that said, hey, how can I support you guys? Hey, do you guys have a Patreon, whatever, it kind of made us feel confident that, like, I guess people want to support us financially. And so thank you to all of you who have asked about that in the past and made us feel comfortable even getting to that point, because there is sort of I don't want to say a barrier, but maybe like when you put something out there like that, saying like you can support us financially, you have to feel like there's also a reason to. And until people asked, it was kind of like, well, do we want to do this? I don't know. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone who has asked about being able to support us financially. But again, any type of support, even if you just watch our videos, that's support as well, just a different type of it. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Subscribing, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Again, even just watching. So yeah, we're going to go through all the tiers, and we're just not all of them like in full detail. We're just going to give you some guys an idea of all the different things we're offering that you might have questions about. And if you have any further questions, feel free to ask us.
Yeah. One quick thing I'll add is just every tier you go up, just so you guys know, every tier you go up, you get everything in the previous tier. So like tier 3, for example, gets all the rewards of tier 1 and 2 as well as something else. So as Dylan goes through that, he's not going to repeat the same things for every category or every tier, but
for sure. So tier 1, which will be, and all these prices are in Canadian, but if you go to the website, it'll convert it all to your local currency, I believe. So I don't have those conversions on, but it'll be somewhat similar. So the first tier, tier 1, which will be $2 a Canadian again a month, you'll get obviously our sincere thanks for donating. This is sort of if you just want. This is the tier if you just want to sort of just do something, even if you just want to be subscribed for 1 month. It's just an option to to do some sort of contribution if that's something you're looking to do. You'll also get patron-only updates. So on our Patreon page, there'll be updates that only you will be able to see if you are subscribed, which might be a whole slew of different things. Some content you can expect that coming week, or something we're going to be working on, or some questions we're asking the community. There could be all different
just sort of a little peek behind the curtain as to like what's coming up or something we've been working on, kind of thing.
Yeah, and then the other one in this tier, which I'll let Carlo speak to, will be our patron-only newsletter.
Yeah, so I haven't decided exactly. This is something that's going to kind of take shape over the first few months probably as I kind of decide exactly what I want to be in this newsletter, but it's something we're going to type up and send out every month. So this will be to all Patreon backers, and it'll basically be something like we're probably going to have a look at what are some of the games we got recently that we want to be covering on the channel. I'm thinking I'm probably going to have a section, maybe I'll highlight like what was the standout video that I found on YouTube from another content creator that I want to draw attention to that month, or like another content creator's channel or something that I want to bring attention to, or maybe some type of a photo of something that we're working on in a video. So it's just going to be another kind of like extra level of behind the scenes look at what's going on at AYCB and what are some of the things that we're doing or watching or observing in the board game kind of world. Every once in a while there might be a section to sneak in there where there's something non-board game related, but for the most part it's going to be board game related, usually tied to our channel in some way, or if not, then the greater world of board game content creation.
Yeah, it could be some like mini, not reviews, but just thoughts on games we've played as well, like first experience. It could be some just behind the scenes photos and videos of things. Like there'll be a whole bunch of stuff. It'll be Patreon exclusive, so that'll be something you get.
Yeah, and could when it's called a newsletter for a reason. If there's some big event in the board game world and we knew we're not going to make a video about it, that's a chance where we can just drop this little news thing, some update about Board Game Arena, whatever.
Yeah. Perfect. In tier 2, which will be $4 a month, what you'll get added is this is when you get access to an exclusive patron Discord channel. So you get access to the Discord no matter what, whether you're subscribed on Patreon or anything. But this one, there'll be a Patreon only section of the Discord that'll be locked unless you have this tier. At this point, you'll be able to have extra access to all the people who are also patrons, to be able to discuss with them, extra access to us to ask for certain questions, talk to us. There'll be a specific channel that you'll be able to access if you're a Patreon subscriber at this level. And then there'll be special polls as well at this level. So this will be your chance to give suggestions for content we're going to do. We might ask you, out of these games, which one do you think we should do a review of this month? Or which one should we do a tutorial on? Or which one do you want to see us do a playthrough of if we start doing playthroughs? Things like that. So this will be your chance to vote, where the winning entries will be the ones that we feature. You'll have an influence in the content potentially that's coming out on our channel.
Yeah, we'll have minimum 1 poll per month. Some months we might have 2 or 3, depending what type of content we have coming and that sort of thing. But yeah, this is basically your chance to have your say kind of in, you know, in what type of stuff we do on the channel.
Yep. Moving on to tier 3, which will be $7. The adds a merch discount. So this will be a promo code that you'll get that you'll be able to apply at our store. And you'll get a discount, straight discount off of merchandise for as long as you are at this tier. You'll also get early access to some videos ad-free. So this will basically be, this won't be every video, and it'll kind of change every month depending which ones. It really depends when we finish editing videos and when they're sort of ready to go. Some videos that, like, you know, are responses to a Marvel Champions hero being announced, the turnaround time is quick. I'm putting those videos out the same day. So it wouldn't be videos like that, but there might be other videos that are reviews or lists or whatever the case may be that we are done ahead of time. We're basically going to give people at this tier access to these videos early, that through unlisted videos on YouTube that won't have ads associated with them, and you'll be able to watch them before other people do. Yeah. Do want to preface this by saying that we're not going to ever delay releasing a video to give access to it early. So if you're watching a video early, it's not because normally if you weren't a patron, you would have got this video this day, but now we're delaying it for you. Our content calendar and schedule is going to stay the same, and whenever we finish a video early, we're going to say we could give this as an early access video kind of thing. So don't think that you're ever getting, by not being subscribed to Patreon, that you're not getting a video when you should. This is just a way to get some videos a little bit earlier when we happen to have them done. Yeah,
and all we ask is that if you do support us at this level, please don't go sharing that unlisted link with other people who aren't supporting us on Patreon at that level. So.
Exactly. Okay, and then moving on to tier 4, which will be $13.50 a month Canadian. We're going to be adding exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and some like non-board game content. So I'll let you kind of speak to.
Yeah, basically it's going to be we're not setting any specific numbers on it just yet because we have no idea. We're new to this, but we're going to start with minimum 1 video per month, which will be an exclusive video just for this tier. Sometimes there might be more than one. And as Dylan said, sometimes it's going to be specific to board games. It might just be some fun topic that we weren't going to cover in another video elsewhere. We might also take the opportunity to do stuff that's off topic. Like for those who you might know, like we were really into video games as well. Like maybe one day we'll just do like, you know, an episode about video games or whatever. A big part of this is going to be dictated by you guys. So the people who are in those, you know, patron-only Discord channels and who are voting on stuff, like a lot of the time what this exclusive behind-the-scenes video is going to be is going to come from a suggestion. And other times it might be something that we thought was like, hey, maybe that doesn't belong on our main YouTube channel. Maybe it's a very niche video or some silly thing that we don't want everyone just randomly stumbling upon the channel to see, but the people who really, you know, really like our content and come back regularly, we want to show them this kind of like glimpse, peek behind the curtain at something going on at the AYCB studios or whatever. So
yeah, and I mean, it could take any form. Like I was even thinking, you know, there's been some Marvel movies that I've been so hyped for, like the Spider-Man movie that just came out, that when the trailer dropped, I'm watching other people's like trailer reaction videos, so I'm just so pumped about it. Like it could be me discussing, you know, the movie I saw or something like that, or if we saw something together, like, or a reaction trailer. Like it's gonna be stuff that won't be on our YouTube channel that is just for you who have subscribed to this tier. But it could take any form, and you will always get at least one a month. But as long as we have the time for it, you might get a whole bunch depending on what we have access to that month.
Yeah. We'll try and get as creative as possible to, you know, give you guys like good incentive for this so that you know you're getting something that no one else is really seeing about us or about board games or whatever.
Yeah. So that is that one. And then the last tier, which will be the 5th one, this one is $27 a month Canadian, and it will add a couple things. So the first one is you're going to get your name in the credits as a producer for every single one of our videos. So we'll have credits now at the end of our video, and your name will be listed, and we'll give you a shout out as well to sort of highlight the fact that you guys are supporting us at this high level, which obviously we're unbelievably thankful for. And then you'll also get an extra Discord perk, which will be, there will be a sort of producer level Discord channel. The other thing is you're going to get an exclusive Discord role as well. So you'll have a special color that if you want to use it, you'll be listed as a producer and you'll have that role in our Discord channel. And then the really cool one is that we'll also probably have, you know, a separate section on our Discord where we are going to be organizing with anyone who's at this level an exclusive live stream sort of hangout every month. And this will take a different form every month, but basically it'll be a chance for us to sort of me and Carlo will probably get on our webcams, get on camera, and you guys can, if you want, you guys can just talk to us in chat or voice, whatever the case may be. And we're going to basically just chat about whatever it is we want to chat about. We might play some online games on Board Game Arena, depending on what everyone feels like doing. We'll just see when the people who come that month, what they're interested in doing, and we'll be up for it. If you want to play online games with us, we can do that. If you want to just talk about some movie that came out or some board games we've been playing or hear our thoughts on something, we can do that too. This will be a chance to just get some FaceTime with us that is, exclusive to that thing. We'll do it once a month, probably at the end of every single month. The date won't always be fixed. Like, it won't always necessarily be a Tuesday, but we'll try to sort of say this is the day we're going to aim for. If we have to adjust, we will, but we'll always fulfill that request. Yeah.
And just so you know, if you want to support us at this level, but the idea of these hangouts doesn't interest you, like, there's nothing mandatory about this, right? You can also send in suggestions for like questions. Like, this is obviously an opportunity also for like a Q&A sort of thing. So if you have questions that you'd like us to answer, you can either hold them for that day and put us on the spot and see what we say right on the spot, or if it's something you want, a more thoughtful answer on, you can send us questions in advance, and we can be prepared going into that so that we can delve into that stuff. I know sometimes people are also thinking about getting into content creation. If you have questions about becoming a content creator, starting in this space, like, that would be another good spot to ask them. So yeah, it's really kind of an open forum kind of thing, but it's a chance for us to connect a little more directly with some of you every month.
Yeah. And that's it. That's all the tiers. So again, want to say that this is obviously just like the Discord. We're new to this. We're new to Patreon. There's going to be some learning for us to do. I imagine over time these tiers will change a bit. We might offer some new things. We might get some feedback that you guys don't like one of the things. You guys really want to see this. And over time, as we start to receive more games, we would love to start including something in one of our tiers where we can offer like some at this tier you're entered automatically into a giveaway every month for some games that we had been sent from publishers that we aren't keeping, that we can now send out to you guys. Like, there's a lot of things we're thinking about as ideas. We just because they're not there yet doesn't mean they won't be over time. So again, feel free to let us know in the feedback any thoughts you guys have here. And one more time, even though I know we've said it a few times, this is absolutely 100% optional. We are not trying to make it so that this is the next step of our channel where you have to now support us financially. If we get one patron that's it the whole time, that is totally fine to us. Like, we just want to make sure we continue to make the best content for you guys that we can, and that you guys continue to enjoy the channel. So I guess this would be the best time to say that if you are supporting us, where this money is going is not into our pockets to, me to go out and buy a PlayStation 5.
I should mention real quick, we both, for those who might not know, we both have full-time jobs that are not in the board game sphere. So like, we do this stuff on our kind of spare time, evenings and weekends, as much as we can. But yeah, we're not just taking this money and putting it into our pockets.
Yeah, anything we make here and anything we've been making, off of YouTube and all that kind of stuff, we are putting back into All You Can Board. So if you're curious where this stuff's going to go, because, you would have every right to be, is one, obviously, we want to, hopefully this is going to be the first year, go to conventions. Conventions are an opportunity for us to, bring you guys a whole bunch more content on games that aren't released yet or just released and things like that we would love to be able to get our hands on some of these. And
even just getting advanced copies of games before. Some of these conventions have games that aren't available in retail right away and stuff. So it provides a lot of opportunities for us.
Meet some other content creators that we can do some content with, some joint content and collaboration with. So that's one thing. Another huge one, maybe even bigger, is gear upgrades and things like that. So one of our goals this year is to get another set of equipment so that we can have one set here and one set at Carlo's place, because Carlo has a nice board game setup in his basement as well. And that way we can be bringing you more content where, again, Carlo having a young baby at home, he might be able to on a weekday night say, I have time to film a video here. Right now, he would have to be able to drive to my place. I'd have to also be available, and it's just, there's more involved. Whereas if we had another set of equipment, we can be churning out more content, and Carlo can feel he doesn't always have to, check with my availability, and we have to schedule filming dates and things like that.
Make a huge difference. Even the times when I come over to Dylan's place to film, he could maybe be doing his own stuff, but instead he's here just kind of watching me do my thing, right? So yeah, it opens up a lot of opportunities for us to have a second set of equipment. Not only for that, but also we want to eventually get to doing playthroughs. And if we're going to do a proper playthrough, we need to have a second camera, so we have one looking down at the board with one or two, with our expressions and whatnot. So yeah, it's really going to improve the quality of the content. You might not see it right away because it's going to take some time to get the gear and actually put it into place, but that's
a big one for us. So that's one of the big things. And like you mentioned, playthroughs, having needing the gear for that, and then obviously just being able to, there's been times where with Kickstarter campaigns or crowdfunding campaigns on anything that we have been like, we would love to back this game to get this as soon as possible to create content for a channel, because we're not being sent that game by a publisher or whatever. But some of them are with shipping are really expensive. And again, because we have our full-time jobs and everything, we can't always justify something that costs, a lot of money to back it. We might say maybe we can get this down the line.
Right.
This creates opportunities for us to say we're going to use this to be able to make sure we get this game that might cost $200, but we want to make sure we have it as soon as possible on day one to be able to bring you guys our thoughts, so that maybe that's going to influence your opinion or your decisions before it hits retail or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's just an extra opportunity for us to make sure we get this stuff as early as possible, so we're not one of the late ones to the party and you guys are wondering, oh, have you guys played this yet? What are your thoughts? We can have our thoughts out there for you guys.
Yeah, and there's already enough games out there that we want to buy for ourselves, and so sometimes it's also hard to justify spending money to buy games just for the channel to cover that we don't really want, but at the same time we want to bring a wide variety of games that we think will benefit our viewers. So yeah, it goes a long way.
Yeah, so again, that's everything. We might have missed some stuff. Feel free to ask us in the comments or on Discord now or on anything. We have to start saying ask us a question on Discord. I'm always saying leave us a comment. Still leave us a comment, but now you can also head to Discord.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know any questions you have. We'll be happy to answer them. And again, anyone who chooses to support us on Patreon, huge thank you. It is not necessary and we do not take it for granted. Thank you so much for any support you guys have shown us in any way, whether it's liking a video, subscribing to the channel, watching, commenting, Patreon, merch, Discord. We appreciate it so
Tell your friends.
much. Yes, honestly, that's the easiest one, is just to say, have you heard of this channel? All you can board. We appreciate every single one of those things. So thank you so much. Yeah. And then the very quick last thing on this is, if you are interested, because we have had some people say they want to, is there anywhere I can donate or something? If you don't want to subscribe to Patreon and you're looking for just an option to do a one-time, like, I just want to send you guys $2 for a coffee, buy yourselves a coffee next time you do your video, we will start including a PayPal link in the description as well. So if anyone is interested to do that, that'll be another option. Once again, completely optional, but if you'd like to, the option is now there for you. So
yeah.
All right, so let's get into a couple of little things. You had what they call a baby. Is that what they call it?
Yes, yeah, I believe that's the technical term. Yes, young baby. He is 4.5 months old now. He's doing well. I've mentioned it in passing in videos over the past few months and whatnot. Starting to get back a little bit more free time these days, as you know. I mean, we had a board game night just yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think gone are the days of like sleeping, half an hour to an hour.
Just
and
end that at gone are the days of sleeping. That's where it should have ended.
Basically. But no, those first few months was basically just like when I think I went the first 6 or 8 weeks of like not a single board game. And then the odd time now it's like I get to play a board game app, or I'll play a solo game in the game room. And then lately there's been a little bit more. So yeah, baby is healthy, baby is happy. I'm starting to get a bit more free time back. Combination of having a baby and also still, this residual pandemic that seems like it'll never end hasn't made gaming super easy for quite some time now. But looking ahead to the future, yeah, we're hoping to get back to just gaming more often in bigger groups and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Awesome. One I will mention here. Obviously, with us both having full-time jobs and us, still doing, we roughly do on average 2 videos a week minimum. It takes a lot of our time, and because we love doing it, it's our choice. It's not that we feel like, oh, we have to do a video. Like, we love doing this stuff. But I think that you guys should maybe post an extra little thank you in the comments to Carlo, because he had, just like you said, a brand new baby that took a whole lot of his time and he was barely sleeping, and he still found a way to get into a whole bunch of videos since September, some on his own, some with us jointly, and that means that he was potentially on no sleep, having taken care of a little one, driving down here to my place, filming a video, and then having to get back and do it all over again and barely getting to sleep again. So if you have enjoyed any of his videos that he's done solo, or our top 50, or any of the videos he's been in, give a little extra thanks for all the work Carlo's been doing.
Oh, thanks,
in the
man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Well, I at this point then need to give an extra special thanks, because me being less available, like, we got into this trying to, keep things 50-50 on duties and stuff like that. For those who might not know, Dylan does all of our video editing. He does all of the, basically everything involved with getting the video from where it is on the camera to getting it uploaded on YouTube. That's Dylan every step of the way. So yeah, thanks for keeping things going while I've been pretty unavailable for a while. And yeah, I owe you big time.
Yeah, thanks. And Carlo has been expressing interest for a while of actually wanting to do editing and stuff too, because I think you've done some in the past before as well. So over time, again, with the Patreon stuff, we might even just get more subscriptions or whatever it is to our Adobe thing, and you might end up being able to do some editing from home too.
Well, that'd help us be able to do more content more often. often and just lighten the load on you a little bit. So yeah.
For sure. Really quick one here. So if you didn't see our last update, I moved in 2021 to this location, which might look very similar behind, but really I'm in a completely different space in an apartment
a white
now.
wall with shelves.
Yeah.
No one could tell.
I've been trying to buy a house for a while, and I don't know if anyone where you live, if the market's as crazy as it is here, but the market is insane. And so I'm trying to buy a house, and whether I do or don't, I will be likely moving out of this place this year, whether that be sometime before the summer, would be my guess. So we at some point we will be moving the studio again. So we will look a little bit different. We'll probably let you guys know when that's happening. There might be a small delay in content depending how the move goes, but we didn't see a big delay last time. So
No.
I don't expect to be anything very massive, but just so you guys know, you might see that just coming up sometime in the next few months. I don't know if you've heard in any of our videos, but I have these really loud upstairs neighbors, and now I hope that they watch All You Can Board channel so they can know that I'm calling them out, but really loud where I'm right below I think their daughter's bedroom, and sometimes she just jumps on her bed and just starts slamming her bed into the ground. And there's been some videos where I can hear the banging in the video, and I'm just trying not to let it faze me. So if you ever hear banging sounds in videos, that is the upstairs neighbor, and feel free to put in the comments like some sort of calling them out, because maybe if they eventually see this, they'll see all these comments and they'll be like, well, you got to keep our daughter down a little bit. But yeah, so that'll be an extra perk of moving, is that we'll end up having our own control over our own space.
Yeah, more soundproof space.
Yeah, exactly. Last one we already second last one I should say, we already kind of touched on, is just we do want to try to make it to some conventions this year, or at least one. It's high on our list. We are a little bit at the mercy of what's going on in the world. We're still, dealing with some we're still dealing with the pandemic here in Winnipeg. It's and in Manitoba, especially with the new variant and stuff like that. It has been, a little bit nuts. Neither we've been able to stay away from catching COVID. Knock on all the wood.
Yeah.
But so we're at the mercy of that a little bit for travel. But our goal is to be able to go, whether it's to Gen Con, whether it's to PAX, or any of the ones that are out there. We'd like to attend at least one this year, so we will definitely let you guys know if we're going to one, and we'll have updates on all our social media stuff and the journey and what we buy and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's our goal for this year.
And we hope to meet some of you there, right?
Yeah,
that'd
for
be
sure.
Awesome.
If you're
Play
going,
games together.
That would be unbelievable. So if we do go to any, we'll let you guys know in case you're able to be there as well. You can come meet us. We can play some games and put some faces to the voice that we've been talking to. So.
Yeah, and if not, I'm sure we'll have a conventions thing on our Discord. So if you go to conventions, share your pictures with us there so that we can live vicariously through you.
And be jealous, yeah.
Yeah.
Last one is just we want to talk about some quick little goals and thoughts we have going into 2022 now that it's started the year that we are aspiring to. So I already kind of touched on one. One of them is to go to a convention. That's just something that's one of our major goals this year. Another one is obviously, this is a kind of a quick one too, but obviously with Discord and now being a thing of Patreon, a big one for us is just building our All You Can Board community. We've called it our AYCB community for a while, but now that we have these avenues and these places to more call it our own, we really want to foster that community and really have it be a place that we all get to know each other a little bit and have conversations on our personalities and feel like even though we're miles away in some cases, or continents away, that we're able to have these conversations and get to know each other. So we're putting a lot of time and effort into doing that, and that's going to be one of our big focuses this year, is to just really have a community that feels all the things we want it to be, and very positive and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You see this a lot. People, I go online and you see people talking about, where do I find people who like games, whatever. And there's always this topic that comes up of, do I try to get my friends into gaming, or do I find people who are into board games and make friends? And this is an opportunity for that. So if you're someone who thinks maybe you moved somewhere and you're finding it tough to find gaming friends, or you just want to be able to talk games on your spare time, we're not the type of people who just play games, then we're not playing. We don't we spend a lot of our free time just reading about games online and wanting to chat with people. So this is an awesome place to just have a spot where you feel like, hey, these are my board game buddies who I can chat with about anything related to games. And again, non-gaming stuff too, but yeah.
So that's a big one. Another one is we would love this year we've been talking about this for a while, and I think this is going to be the year for sure. We would love to do some sort of community charity initiative this year. We think it's really important, especially now if we're starting a Patreon and we do have the means to do it. We don't know what form that'll take quite yet, so just stay tuned to the channel, but we are going to do some sort of community charity initiative of some kind on some scale. So keep your eyes here, and we will definitely let you guys know what it's going to be and how you can jump in and support if it's something that means something to you. But that's just something that's really important to us that we're going to start doing. Yeah. And then the last one is just we really want to do our first playthrough this year. We've had a lot of people ask. I've had people ask for Marvel Champions specifically. I've had people ask for other board games. The biggest gap for us is we want to do it right. We don't want to just do it for the sake of doing it. And for that, we do need another camera at the very minimum, because we need something that can show the board. We'd love to have a couple options where you can see what if we have a hand of cards? Maybe we can have an angle that you can see little screens that shows what's in our hands.
Yeah, exactly. You hold secret stuff that only the viewers can see. Yeah,
we have lots of ideas, but we just want to approach it properly. And there's a lot of channels out there that do great playthroughs. So for us to just come and just do it for the sake of it, that didn't seem to make sense. So we want to do our first one this year. It's a big goal of ours. So look out for that. When we feel like we can do it justice, we will do our first playthrough. And then if it's enjoyed, we'll do as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? We didn't mention this, where we didn't talk about this before we started filming, but for those who might not have seen us talk about another video, we are going to do an Agricola versus a Feast for Odin video. That's another goal, but it's going to be coming up sooner than you might think, maybe. It's something that we kind of joked about for a while, and we've seen that as we've talked about it more in videos here and there, people seem to be popping up in the comments, kind of jumping on board, either the Agricola team or Feast for Odin team, or saying they want to see the videos. So I know it's a small goal, but considering how important the games are to us and the discussions are overall, I think it is kind of a worthy goal, and to be able to check off that we did that video will be a pretty good feeling once it's up there.
And the bigger goal tied to that is to convert Carlo to the right side of this, which is Feast for Odin. So that's my goal for the end of the year.
Coming from the guy who's played Agricola twice, you're the one who needs to be converted.
Oh God!
I've played a Feast for Odin plenty. It's a great. Agricola didn't even make your top 50. Okay, we're getting into the video.
Yeah, this is getting. See,
you already got the blood.
This is a preview of what you can expect. But start to think now if you're Team Feast or Team Agricola, because we're gonna have hashtags with this. It's gonna be a big thing. Yeah. So that'll be a fun video for us to do for sure. Yeah. And that's all we have. I know we've said it a few different times, and I'm sure you're gonna have some closing thoughts too. But I just want to say a huge thanks. Honestly, even besides the fact that we're blown away by having as much growth in the channel, approaching 10,000 subscribers, and all the opportunities it's going to afford us to bring you guys content, from a personal level, just, again, with the pandemic having happened right after we launched our channel, which we never even mentioned in this entire video, this is our 2-year anniversary.
Oh, right, of course, yeah.
This is our 2-year anniversary, which we should have mentioned.
January 27th, 2020 was when we launched.
So this is our 2-year anniversary, and 2 months after we launched, a pandemic happened, and this channel, in many ways, I've said it before, was a bright spot for us to say, all this is going on, but here's something we can turn to that brings joy to us, brings happiness to us, and we end up being able to share that with other people, and in turn, potentially bring happiness to other people when they're looking for an escape, right, from everything going on. And I can't remember what I mentioned before, but when I've gone through really tough times in my life, even just struggling with work or jobs or personal stuff, family, whatever the case may be, there's been times where I've had different content creators. There was Hearthstone content creators I watched. There was photography content creators I watched that I would come home from a bad day and I would just throw in some YouTube videos, and it was an escape for me, and it put a smile on my face to improve my mood. And we've had people comment saying that we've done that for them. And honestly, that was the moment that affected me more than anything, was to know that I could possibly be having an impact on someone out there that is struggling mentally or just having a rough day and just needs to have a smile on their face, and they're putting us on their tablet or computer or TV and having their day turn around. That means more to me than almost I can possibly describe to you that impact. It honestly resonates with me so deeply. So I just want to say thank you so much for all the support you've given us, and for allowing us into your living rooms and computer screens and everything. We do not take it for granted. I certainly don't. I'm gonna end up getting emotional here if I keep talking, but it just really does mean a whole lot. And we really truly appreciate it.
It just catches us off guard, because we just think of ourselves as a couple regular guys, right? To us, there's nothing special about us. Some people we know who are friends of us might argue and say, oh, of course, there's a lot of but the way that a lot of you guys speak about us in the comments, some of the comments we get catch us off guard, and we're like, whoa, was our video that good? Are we that enjoyable to watch? I don't know, it always kind of makes me... we talk a little bit about these days, the whole imposter syndrome thing, right? Yeah. And I think we've both even asked that before. Sometimes we put out a video that doesn't do as well, or maybe doesn't get as many comments or whatever, and we start wondering, or we see other people in the space do an awesome video, and we're like, oh, maybe we could do something that good one day or whatever. And then we see these comments that kind of remind us, wow, people really do like what we're doing, and it kind of does make us feel special in a way that, I don't know. I'm kind of speechless too, but I can't really state or overstate how much it means to see the comments that you guys leave, and how much that encourages us to just keep making content. And ultimately, that's what we're here for, right? We want to hammer that home too, is with starting a Patreon and all this stuff, our channel has always been for for people, for the fans of board games, not for the publishers. Yes, we work with publishers in certain ways. They offer to send us games, but ultimately we're always going to be as honest and authentic and genuine as we possibly can, because we make this content for you guys, even though we want to stay, like, obviously in as good of terms as possible with publishers. But so thank you so much for everything you guys do to help grow our channel and to keep pushing us to keep making better content.
Yeah, and so let us know in the comments what you think about any of these things we talked about, what you're excited about, what feedback you have. We'd love to hear it. Otherwise, another huge thank you. We got tons more content coming out in 2022. And if you were curious, this is actually our 199th video on the channel. So the next one will be the 200th video. Nice. Which is super exciting. So thanks so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, see ya.